Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Beyond the Board. Now we're going to take this episode in a little bit different direction. As you see here, I got my homeboy of 19 years.
How we doing?
Tim Titus. We met in August of 2001. Instantly clicked, especially skated, and then of course our passion for music. He's the drummer for Vile Cynic. And of course I've been playing guitar since 6th grade, and I actually just picked up the bass about 6 months ago. So this episode, like I said, we're going a different direction. We are going to talk about our crew and the shenanigans that we got into on top of our favorite videos, pros, shoes, decks that we skated during the golden era. So stay tuned for another exciting episode of Beyond the Board. Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Beyond the Board. Like I said, we're going to kind of change it up a little bit here. We're going to go more along the crew route, because, like I said, I've been rolling with this guy for 19 years now. In fact, he was my best man at my wedding, so this guy's like the bro that I never had. And we did a lot of dumb shit, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We did a lot of dumb shit, both when we were younger and not as much when we were older, but we still did do some stupid shit. So we met because you moved to Braidwood in what?
2001.
Yeah, it was August. I think it was August of 2001 because it was right in the beginning of the new school year.
Yeah.
And I forgot, who was it? Was it Drew?
It might have... No, because the first person I met was Grimes.
Okay, so it might have been through Grimes and then Drew, and then that's how we all...
Yeah, and then I met Drew, and then I think I met you one day when we were skating, just randomly.
Yeah. So like I said, I started skating with you from 01, and like I said, I did my origin story. How did you get started on?
You know what, I really thought about that one because I remember when I was really little. Now this isn't when I got into skateboarding, but when I can first remember having anything remotely dealing with the skateboard was this really big piece of shit blue scooter thing.
Oh.
It was in the shape of like the fishtail boards, but it had a handle.
Oh, those combos?
Yeah, it was like a combo thing. But then, you can take the fucking pole out and you just ride around like a normal skateboard.
Yeah.
So I guess that would be originally my first step into it, even though nothing really happened at that point. I was probably too young.
So it sounds like that comparison to my $30 special with only one tail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it seems like already in common. We walked the parallel path as far as like we both got our start on shit boxes.
Yeah, well, see, I had my first board, which was actually from Jarek's skateboard shop in Joliet, and I had the first run-in with a skateboard before that, after that whole shitty plastic thing. Before that, my first run-in with an actual skateboard, pro model, all that other stuff was probably when I was, I want to say 11, 10. And I used to go play basketball at this church. It was literally like 2 blocks away from my house. Being a small town, literally everything is within walking distance.
Yeah, because it was what? Because I forgot, was it Manhattan you grew up in?
Manhattan. Okay, yeah. And at the time, the only thing behind my house was cornfield.
Nothing's changed.
No, not really. But this church was right there, so I go play basketball. And all of a sudden, these kids show up, start playing basketball, and a couple of them pull out skateboards and start rolling around the basketball court and all this other stuff. And they do a couple ollies, 180 and all that other stuff. And I'm like, sitting there watching them. Like, I stopped playing and just started watching them. And then one of the guys was like, "You want to try it?" I'm like, "Sure, I guess. I don't know what the hell this is, but sure."
Screw it.
So I stepped on the board and immediately ate shit.
What you're telling me is you Charlie Browned your ass.
Yeah, I Charlie Browned my ass. Like, I literally took 2 steps on it, shot out from underneath me. I got all elbows all bloody, and
so not even an hour on the board not even an hour on the board your first time you got road rash.
Yeah, okay. It was like within the first 10 seconds of me even being on it.
Impressive.
But of me actually getting my very first board is my mom actually came home with it one day after work. She had because she worked at Town and Country Lanes,
which is right next to the old Jarek's on Jefferson.
It was right next to it at the time, and she came back with this red blank deck, but I don't even know if this company's still around anymore, but it was a red Zorlak deck.
Oh God, yes. I don't know if Zorlak is still around, but I do remember for a time they were still making boards and like when we were still in high school. I think Zorlak was still. They might have died off, just like a bunch of other.
I think like that seemed to be the for where I lived. that seemed to be the starter board because literally I was one of the very first skaters in my town. And I mean, eventually a couple more started, and then, started getting popularity. And there was a couple older people that, of course, skated.
Yeah.
But then around my age, I had nobody to teach me, nobody how to show me tricks. And that was it. But back to that board, it was a red Zorlak deck.
Hey, so apparently you weren't the only one that had a Zorlak. What's up, Jay-Z? And Zach? Was that your first board that you had, your Zorlak? Huh? Well, because I remember the big thing in Braidwood was a lot of people skated status decks.
Yeah, when I first moved there, everybody had a status.
That might have been a thing. Was
LibTech?
LibTech status was like the starter boards, and then like you said, Manhattan, the kids were probably like you said, were rolling with
it was just
Zorlaks.
Whatever was available to them, honestly. And like I said, I was one of the first to start skating that way because everybody else either rollerbladed or did something else like that. But I was really the only skateboarder my age for a while.
Fruit booters.
Yeah. But then the other components of I don't even remember what the wheels were. They were just some probably like mini logo.
Yeah.
The equivalent to what it is now. But then they had Gullwing trucks that had some white powder coating on it.
You know what's funny is I got a set of Gullwings for sale that I'm just looking to get rid of.
But I don't, because I think by that time they'd already stopped manufacturing them.
Yeah,
it was like one of the last batches.
Gullwing was my first, or Gullwing, that was like a 90s thing. What did Zach say? Not my first one.
Yeah, I'm going to try to find the...
Off a guy at church, he would just smoke cigarettes at youth group and skip class. That is fucking classic. Oh, Zach had a World Industries. Speaking of which, Zach, World Industries is actually starting to make a comeback now.
There I am.
They're doing...
Now I go.
Oh, nice. So, World Industries is they're doing like... They're still keeping the theme, but they're drawing it different. But, they actually did. You remember the black logo with like the huge oval and it had World Industries and had the Derek?
Yeah, the yellow outline around it.
They have that here. They have it here in town over at Chicago Records.
Really?
Yeah, it's one of the old graphics.
Do they still do the whole wet boat?
Yeah. They're doing it in a different. Now they're doing it in a different content. Now they're drawing them out instead of like how the
print. Or whatever.
Yeah, they're actually drawing they're more pencil looking now.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, but so. To get back, what you're saying though is so it seemed like you now did you start a trend there? You think?
No, I don't think I started a trend.
I shouldn't say a trend, but like
I think it was just gaining popularity. I think it was just gaining popularity at the time. But at the time when I first originally started, there was nobody, and if they were, there was like I said, a couple of older kids.
Yeah.
They could drive. They're in high school. And I'm like, they're skateboarding? I want to skateboard.
Oh, hang out with those guys. They can take me to spots.
Yeah, the spot was a bank with a fucking curb and a
Wait a minute, that 3 set that we found, that one of the very few stair sets that I actually ollied. What was it outside of some building?
I don't even, like, from that time, I don't think that was there.
Oh, because...
From that original time. Because the highest thing we had was maybe...
Yeah. Because I drive by that all the time. Like, hey, there's the little 3 set I ollied.
Yeah, I don't think that was there.
You don't think it was there?
When I was learning, because the highest thing we had was this little ledge at Fritz's. It was this bar, but it had this little walkway, and it was basically a drop, and then it went down.
Wait a minute, is that that bar that as you take that? That's that road.
If you take a Y, you take a left.
Okay, yeah, it's like right. It's right off. Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that was like one of the biggest gaps we had.
Shit,
or whatever.
I thought we had it bad in Braidwood. You guys just had that one spot. That was it.
It was that in the elementary school, and then they eventually added, when they built, now it's probably considered the old junior high, but at that point they had those curved ledges that would go around.
Yeah.
So that was like the 2 things, and even though I wasn't talented enough at the time to do that.
I said, I thought we had a shitty... Well, I thought we had shitty spots. No, believe it or not.
I've taken the cake for that one.
Ah, man. So you... Now, when you start seeing those guys, like, what was it that kind of drove you to stay skating, Because...
really wanting to learn the tricks. I mean, I saw these tricks these guys were doing, and like I said, nobody to teach me. It was really like I had to literally watch them, and then I think the only thing that might have helped me, even beyond just watching, whatever video that was on or whatever, seeing it randomly, is my dad actually came home one day with I want to say it was Transworld, teach you how to skate.
Oh, nice.
VHS. A VHS.
That wasn't.
And then you had to sit and then I would sit in my basement with the carpeted floor and just be like, all right, well, now they're doing this. And then it's like, so I'd sit there and watch that and try to mimic their movements.
I remember, that wasn't the one with Willie Santos on the cover, was it?
It might have been. I constantly don't remember.
Believe it or not, those actually go on eBay.
They'll still go. I don't think I have it anymore. It's probably fucking far gone.
Those go on eBay. So, so you got the video, and then how did you know, like, okay, I'm progressing pretty good. I kind of want to stick with this.
Just as soon as I started actually landing some like kickflips, so that was one of probably my first trick, if not my first trick, but usually 180s and then a pop shove, and then I was like, all right, yeah, I'm starting to get better. Like I can 50-50 this stupid little curve. I'm starting to be actually skate. Like that just kind of hooked me there.
Just gave you the motivation.
Like,
like, okay, I think I definitely want to commit.
Yeah, I wanted to commit to it and just be like, I want to learn more. I wanted to get to. I forgot what trick it was, but there was this trick that this one guy did, and I don't remember what it was. I think it was like a hard flip or something, and I was just like, you know what? I don't care if I don't get sponsored. I don't care if I don't get none of this, because I just want to be able to get to as good as where this guy is, and after that point, I'm completely cool staying where I'm at.
And you know what? That's the thing is, like, I know, especially kids these days with the influence of social media is, I want to get sponsored. Like, we all thought in the crew, would have been cool for one of us to get sponsored.
Oh yeah.
But you know what though? We were doing it because we loved it.
Yes, absolutely.
We were doing it because we loved it, and on top of that was a cool ass thing that brought just believe it or not, our age range was pretty.
I mean, we are archaic compared to what they have now, because you got to think of, like, for us, we wanted to make a sponsor me video.
Oh shit!
We would have to
borrow Drew's.
Yeah,
we have to borrow Drew's big ass fucking VHS and just like
big ass
around.
VHS thing, lug it around for a week. Us trying to land whatever crappy tricks we can do.
Yeah,
and then you had to mail it to the company
not only
that you wanted
but
to
if
do.
you knew someone, and if you had some, if you knew someone like, hey, can you edit this? If not, it's here we go. It's just raw and uncut.
Yeah, you're getting the raw fucking 30-minute footage. Here you go. Have fun.
But you know what though? The more 9 clubs that I watch, and the more I hear about these pros talk about their sponsor me videos, that's what it was. It was a lot of just B-roll, and you're gonna watch a lot of bales, but you'll see me hit some dope ass shit. Now these days, like I said, with the beauty of internet and technology and being able to even edit on a smartphone, you can put together a clip like that.
Yeah, you have it done. Yep. And sent out in 2 seconds. It's like, oh, here you go.
Like I said, is skateboarding progressing today? Oh my god, yes, but it's progressing. I don't know. This is just my opinion. This is just my opinion. It's progressing for the wrong reasons.
I agree.
Because these kids, like I said, they see the Shane O'Neills, they see the Nike SB, which don't get me started on that.
Fan of that.
But they see that, and like, don't get me wrong, like if you can make a career out of it, dude, that's dope. But do it for 2 reasons. Do it because A, I love skateboarding, and B, okay, yes, I think I could make a career out of it. Like, I get a lot of the vibe from these. I don't want to call them fuckboys, but like these they have this wrong attitude, and I see a lot of it on like some of the skateboard groups that I'm on of you can't do a kickflip or whatever, blah 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 blah. That wasn't like that back when we were younger. And
I mean, we always had the guys like there was always the 1 or 2 guys that was like that.
Well,
you can't do it. I can do this.
Well, that was Vince Grimes.
Oh.
That was Vince Grimes. Now, Tim Dog, on the other hand, Tim Dog was just super fucking chill.
He was a chill ass.
Like, if Tim Dog actually saw you were struggling, Tim Dog would actually help you out. And of course, that was the good thing about our group is if one of us was struggling with something, if you had a trick, or if Jay-Z had a trick, or if Swirl had a trick, or if Drew had a trick, or if Oz, which he did have some tricks, but he kind of just went and watched hentai all the time. But it's so like that was the good thing about our little community is one of us was struggling. Somebody either A can do that trick or B know how to break it down.
And I think a good portion of the people that we've skated with throughout the years is like I'm probably the guy that taught them how to kickflip and do stuff like that because I taught almost a good majority of them how to do it because a lot of them were just like I can't get it. Ricky still can't kickflip.
Yeah, Ricky, do a kickflip.
He still can't do it. But he can do everything else.
Yeah, like shove it, switch, shove. It's like, what the hell? But like, I feel the vibe I don't see as much. Like I still see some of the vibe from some posts. I'm like, oh, me and the crew are going out. And I'm like, that's what it was all about. Was before we had licenses, one of us would start the chain. Usually it was me.
Yeah, like, hey, what are you doing?
Usually it was me. It would either I would call whoever. I would call you or I'd call Medits, and then
was that annoying ass chirp back in the day?
Oh God, we had Nextel.
The Nextel.
Yeah, when we had Nextel. Well, honestly, it wasn't annoying, but was it easy too? It's like, hey, what are you doing? Or like when I used to come home between semesters when I was at Lincoln, I used to chirp you. Hey, I'm gonna be home a couple hours. Let's get this weekend. But even before we all had cell phones, it's like it would always start at the top. Like I said, 9 times out of 10 it was me. But whoever, like someone would call. Yeah, let's go skate. All right, I'll call this person. You call that person, and then so forth to where it's like, all right, we're gonna meet at about 45 minutes at the bank.
But then you gotta remember, we lived in relatively close proximity to each other. Like, even if we didn't have a phone to get a hold of you, it's like you just skated to the person's house.
Oh, yeah.
How many times have we just went, all right, that's across town, which takes you probably about 10 minutes for me to get where I was living to where you were living.
Yeah, now the outlier was Medits, because he lived all the way out.
He lived out.
He lived way out in Bumfuck, Egypt, close to the Coal City.
Yeah.
But, and what was always funny is the rendezvous point was always at the bank. But you know what, though? At the time, they didn't have a problem with us skating. And honestly, there was a lot of small but simple but nice stuff to hit, between the bank and then some of the ledges on the other side of the parking lot. That was the movie, or the Main Street movies. And, of course, when Dollar General got built, we had stuff there, too. So, honestly, it made sense for us because, all right, well, we could boot it out of one spot. Jim Kluge didn't give a damn.
Right.
Jim Kluge, all he said was, just watch out,
Don't kill yourself.
Yeah, don't kill yourself. Okay, I see a car coming, game off like Wayne's World. As soon as they leave, game on. And then Dollar General, it was hit or miss. Dollar General was hit or miss. Obviously, after they closed.
After they closed.
Obviously, after they closed, they didn't give a shit,
No.
But the bank, and then what I hated was the bank was our spot. It was kind of like our Mecca in Braidwood, and then now they start getting dicks about it, and it's like, all right, we won't come until after you close. And then even after we're closed...
Yeah, well, then they had the cops patrol every once in a while.
And then it got to the point where signs, and it's just like, what
because
the hell?
Then we started skating where Mazan State Bank was, because remember we had
the ledge going down.
The ledge going down, even though the incline of it was like this.
Yeah, and then you had the short little mani pad going across the window.
But it was still just like you made do with what you had.
Yeah, exactly.
It was just kind of like, all right, we had to sit there and wax the fuck out of this curb for 2.5 hours.
It's funny you speak of that, because I remember you would drag my ass so many times when I used to live at the duplex with the mani pad.
Yeah.
And we just go friggin' skate. And it would be like 30 degrees, like right out now, but we're like hoodie, couple shorts, beanie, and
let's
we're
go.
Like, all right, let's go.
Get the fuck out of here.
I think I had snowboard pants that I was wearing, but I'm like, I had snowboard pants, and at the time I was wearing D3s. So I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'm bulked up.
The D3s will keep you warm through everything.
Hell yeah. Contrary to popular belief, what a lot of people think, D3 is still a fantastic looking shoe, and it actually skates well.
Nick Brown says that's right, Ricky can't kickflip.
that is
a running joke, I guess.
Can I kickflip?
And then my buddy AJ from work, he goes, my group growing up was completely opposite. We laughed at each other, made fun of each other, and competed to get better than each other. Now, we're not talking like, we were assholes to each other. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
We totally gave each other shit like any other fucking group.
Yeah.
And we did friendly competition, but it wasn't one of those like, we weren't super dickheads.
Like we would play skate, but it was just for shits and giggles. I remember the one time I played skate and I was playing Korean. I don't know if you were there at the Bus Barns.
No, I wasn't there for that.
So I think it was Jay-Z. I think this might have been right before you moved.
Oh wait, was that when we stacked all the decks?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember Koreans like, all right, I'm gonna do a varial kickflip, and I'm like, all right, whatever, and I somehow landed it. And I just looked at Zach, and Medits is like, what the hell? And I'm like, I bet you I can't do it again.
Right. That was me and Braidwood.
That was one of those, did I just seriously do that? I mean, like that time we were skating at Kluge's, I had the Rodney Mullen bitch and Camaro that had that spongy-ass tail, but somehow let me get those 360 flips like a motherfucker. And I was landing, I'm like, guys, I'm landing tray flips. But that's because that tail was so spongy, it was like effortless. It was just
hits the ground.
It was just hit the ground, flick my foot back, and boom. I'm like, I need to keep this board.
Now, I'm sure you've already mentioned this before on one of the. I'm almost positive. The day that you bought those 2 Enjoy decks.
Oh, shit.
Because it was the Cadillac one, right? It was the Cadillac or was it the Pigeon one?
No, what it was, so that Enjoy deck, because I think we all were there for that. Yes! Because what happened I don't know if we all had cars, but I went and I sold my guitar to Curl, which still kicked myself in the ass for that. But I was like, I got fucking deck money, hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, let's go buy it.
So what it was one of them was the Rodney Mullen Bitchin' Camaro, that one that lasted for a year and a half.
Yes.
That other one was literally a blue deck, and it had like the silhouettes of the team members, but they were like cartoonic, and it was like orange, red, green. That was the one I snapped in 3 hours.
Honestly, I think it was even quicker than that, because like we were doing that Octagon Pen.
Yeah, no, that was literally 3 hours. I'm from the time I bought that board, because I remember I ramped the Joliet, I grabbed it, came down. I think we were at Terrence's house, and I was there, and then we all went to the Octagon, and we were skating that. And because that was when you were getting me to ollie off high shit, and I landed it once or twice.
Yeah.
And then that third time, you just hear the snap. And dude, I think you might have pissed yourself.
Dude, it's fucking funny. Because you were so pumped about having that fucking board.
I was. I'm like, holy shit, I had 2 Enjoys. You know, they had the monster mold, which was awesome back in the day. Oh, what'd Ricky say? That's right.
All right, Nick. There's around, can't get
Oh.
Flaming each other in the chat, huh?
Shots fired.
I mean, he's right, though. You can't kickflip.
I mean,
you even admit to it.
Ricky, you can't kickflip. Bro, come on.
You can do all these switch tricks and all this other shit, but you can't do a normal kickflip.
Nope. But I think it was when that incident happened in the Octagon, I think it was because by then I think maybe 6 months after you got to Braidwood was when like Eric kind of just got weird. Or not Eric, Oz. Yeah. Oz got weird, and I don't want to say like you replaced him, but we still had.
And I was still there when he was skating, but then shortly after we all started skating
together, before it was you, before you came, it was literally me, Oz, Swirl Sack, Drew, and Jay-Z.
Kickflips are gay.
And then you came in, so that was 6. So we still had 5.
Yeah.
Like when I first got to Braidwood, but because I think Oz wasn't there, so it was Goo, you, me, Med, Swirl, and I remember Zach laughed his dick off. Because I remember him going, didn't you just buy that 3 hours ago?
Oh,
and I was just like, I had that defeated look on my face. I'm like, yeah?
Now I got a question, because I don't think I've ever asked you this. What was the first skate park you went to?
Oh, shit! Challenge Park!
Challenge Park was the first one?
Challenge Park, because I went to Challenge Park, and the reason why I remember that is because I went to homecoming with some crazy bitch from Morris the night before.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And that's when I gripped. I was taking the knife to my grip tape, and I punctured the webbing. And I could see my tendon. I'm like, oh my god, this is. And I passed out, and here I am. I had to, and I couldn't wear wrist guards, so I had to tape my thumb like this. Because I think it was for, I don't know if it was Zach's party or it was, someone got a wild hair up their ass and said, hey, let's go to Challenge Park. So that was the first park that I went to, but honestly, was it a skate park? But it was more of a BMX park. Just because it had the 12-foot.
I've only been there once, and I know exactly what, like, everything was way too big for
either you're riding
skateboards.
Either you're riding BMX or you're a vert rider. That's it.
Yeah.
You're not. If you're a street rider, you don't even waste your money. But at the time, I had passes because my uncle Donnie was running. His sponsorship was Challenge Park on the race car.
Yeah.
So I'm like, here I am getting passes. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm going to skate park. And after that, I'm like, I got these free passes, but fuck, this park sucks.
I don't even want to use them now.
And then I remember when I actually did want to go back. They shut it down. They closed the park down. And I'm like, well...
Just that section or the whole thing?
They closed the whole park down.
Oh, okay.
And then it was what the hell do you call it? Paintballing. I don't even know if it's there anymore.
No, actually, you know what? I think it might... I think they moved it.
They call it something else.
It's something else now.
But my first real skate park, though, like that had actual terrain...
Something that you could actually ride instead of just be like, this is cool. I can roll down this quarter pipe.
Oh, shit.
Or kick a ramp.
Was it when you... I think it was when you had the Caprice, and we used to go to Frankfurt.
Frankfurt was your first park?
It wasn't Wilmington.
No, because Wilmington was around or that just got built. Wilmington was the first park that got built.
But we went to, I think, Frankfurt, because that's where we first met Nick Brown.
It was either Frankfurt or Tinley.
Yeah.
It was one of those two, because I know that they had the same general.
Yeah,
that same
I think it was the Frankfurt part that was tucked in behind the old Dominic's, because that's where we ran into Nick Brown.
Yeah, I do remember running into him there
because you had
that's when I had that
complete.
Well, that and I had that flip deck at the time, that Artosari one that you mentioned.
So I think my first actual park that you took me to was Frankfurt, which I'm sure that's still open.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't see why that park had everything.
No, that was a nice ass park. I mean, that's where Eric actually ghetto bird the
yeah, you're right. I do remember that.
What was it? What did he ghetto bird? I think he ghetto bird.
Well, they had that weird pyramid that had the I don't know what side it was on. I don't know if that was in the center, because they had that weird pyramid thing in the smaller side.
Yeah,
where they had the mini. Where it was attached to that mini, and it went down. I think you did it over there, I thought. Yeah, that's where... No. It was on that bank ramp going into the...
It was on the left... Like, if you're looking at the park this way, it was on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
Because it was down the rolling.
That's where...
It was down the rolling.
Okay, so that was on the right-hand
side. He ghetto bird the Euro gap, that's what it was.
Okay.
He ghetto bird the Euro gap on accident, and I just looked at him like, you couldn't do that again if you tried. And he just looked at us like, did I just do that?
Right.
But... No, that was my first park, and then, of course, when they start building Wilmington, which... Why they took that park out was beyond me.
Well, now that I live there now, from what I understand, even though it's been gone for years now, I think it was just the noise ordinance for it. They built it up by the Memorial Park, and so they didn't, and that it was drawing the fucking hoodlums.
Yeah,
it was drawing the kids.
Wilmington doesn't have exactly the best. Yeah, I hate to say it when a skate park in a small
when it first
town,
opened, it was nice. It was moving all the time.
What was nice was they didn't put that fence in, so it was super open on the other side. Now when they put that fence in with
that stupid ass turnstile,
that kind of killed the vibe. Because I remember I came home from from some sort of break from college, and I called you up and we were skating all day. I'm like, holy shit! And then the next time we go there, I'm like, what is this fence?
Yeah, because they put it up out of nowhere.
Yeah,
there was.
Because what was nice about it is that empty side going to the basketball. Like if you wanted to, like ollie or kickflip going on one side of the pyramid, come down the other, you had plenty of run room.
Oh yeah, I think it was actually farther back, but they scooted it up when they put the fence around it. And I remember that Wilmington was where I got my concussion.
Yes,
because that's when I went there. Randomly, just on a whim, woke up, was like, I want to go, just escape for a little bit. And I ended up trying to 50-50 the, 6.5 foot quarter pipe?
Yeah.
Something like that. And I tried turning out, but I was still sideways, so I slid down on my back wheels, and it shot out, and I whipped back and hit my head.
One of the many concussions you got. But wait a minute.
Well, that's the one I don't remember.
Yeah.
Like, I blacked out for fucking... I mean, that was around noon.
Yeah.
I didn't come to until I think it was like 8:30 at night. Shit. Like I should have been in the fucking hospital.
Yeah,
like,
you should have.
Because I had to call my girlfriend at the time and be like, hey, I need you to come pick me up. I'm like, I'm fucking just dazing out. I'm like, I need you to come get me. I'm like, what happened? I'm like, I fell off the ramp and hit my head. And she's like, all right, just don't move.
Don't move.
And I'm sitting in my car, like I had my car door open and I'm sitting on the floor in front of my car door, just like knocked out, and I don't remember.
You should have went to the hospital, yeah.
And I don't remember shit after that up until we were back at her house, and I was just kind of like, what? Where the fuck?
What happened?
She's like, you don't remember anything that happened? I'm like, nope. Don't remember shit. We went and saw this person.
Who?
Yeah.
Now, so when you first got to Braidwood, what were you riding Element then, or were you still riding? No, it was a Deca.
No, I had a Deca and I had a toy machine.
Yes,
I had the Deca. What the hell was the design of it? I think it was like a cityscape type.
It was a cityscape Deca, but it was a shallow great house.
You're right.
It was a shallow great house.
And then I had I think it was an Ed Templeton toy machine.
Yes.
That it was super pastel pink and blue, and it had this elephant, this like squeak toy elephant on it.
Well,
I don't know if you remember that one.
That's typical Ed Templeton.
It was just super bright. It was just like, wow, like this is. I mean, it was a good deck.
Yeah.
And that's where actually the deck I learned how to heel flip on when I was living, because before I moved to Braidwood, I lived in Peatone for about 4 months, and literally I lived on a road where there was fucking Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
So
It was like the long
I might
stretch.
as well get good at my flat ground.
Well, that was pretty much it. Like, there was maybe 5 cars that would go down that street during the entire day, and I could literally just sit out there and just roll up and down, and that's how I learned how to heel flip with that.
So yeah, because I remember when I remember that Deca deck you had was right before they went defunct.
Yes, it
Because
was literally
Deca-
maybe months before they
Which sucked because if anyone watched Deca Second to None, that video was heavy hitting. That team, it was. I know it was Enrique, like the big three were Enrique Lorenzo, Shiloh Greathouse, and obviously Day One. Because the whole thing that spawned from World Industries.
Yeah.
Because, you know, how Dwindle at the time, World Industries was at the top. Everybody wrote for them. But then obviously Rodney wanted to do his own thing. He started A-Team, which then he pulled Chet Thomas, Mark Johnson from Maple, and then later on got Dave Mayhew. And then from there is when Day One did his thing with Deca. That was round one was when Rodney still had 18, but Day One was with World Industries.
Yeah.
And then round 2 obviously is when Deca came to the mix. And then after that is when he started Artifact, which that didn't last long.
No, I don't like that. Literally, you mentioned it. I completely forgot about
Yeah.
that up until you just mentioned it.
Because I remember when Artifact came around, I'm like, holy shit, Day One's got another company, which oddly enough, of course, it was always under Dwindle.
Yeah.
And then that's when 18 went bad, and that's when, you know, Chet started Darkstar Wood, and then Rodney, Mark, and Dave Mayhew went to Enjoy, and that's when Gmos went to Blind.
Yeah. I remember actually when he went to Blind, because for some odd reason they made it like a super huge...
It was.
They made it a super huge deal. I was like, we got Christian mostly. And,
Well,
and all the ads were like, he went to Blind.
Well, Gmos, if you watch him, it looks like that dude floats.
That's Tom Penny, man.
Well, I mean, it is Tom Penny, but like Gershon, Gershon just had that style where he just made an ollie looks like just effortless.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
you probably
no,
blind like ollie over this freaking. I'm gonna go over this bump, hit this trash can, clear it. It's just.
I remember he was one of my favorite skaters at the time.
Gershon was good, which he's got his Instagram and he actually puts up like mini clips.
Does he?
Like he still skates.
Oh, does I figured half of them were probably out of the game by now. Or unless they're just running companies, like a good majority of them do.
Yeah, obviously, Rodney still got Almost. Rodney still has Tensor, still his affiliation with Globe, and then Day One is doing his thing now with Tori, called Thank You, which dumb concept. Stupid.
What's the concept of that? Because I've never...
Thank You Skateboard is the stupidest fucking thing ever. It's hit... Like, Tori Pudwill left Plan B.
Okay.
Which was dumb, because Plan B had a stacked-ass team. And then Day One left his baby. He left, because Almost was him and Rodney.
Yeah.
They left for Thank You. Thank You is not coming up with really any original graphics, and their original graphics are basic as hell. Like, I don't. Whoever's in the art department, there's no thought put behind it. I think it's just, hey, this sounds like a cool idea. Let's go.
Here, let's just put our logo on a board and slap it out there.
The first deck was like baby blue kind of, and it was a stupid fucking cloud with a smiley face that said thank you. I'm like, what?
I wouldn't buy it.
I'm
if I'm going for aesthetics.
I'm like, what in the methamphetamine fuck is this? I'm like, this is absolutely stupid.
I wouldn't buy that.
No, I wouldn't buy it either. It just, to me, it feels rushed. And then they did a spawn of Tom Penny and friends. Instead, they replaced their faces with Day One and Tori. And I'm like, how fucking original is that? Look, I get it. Companies do parodies off of other companies. Yeah.
But you gotta remember, Blind and World Industries have been doing that for
But here's the thing, though. They're not even established, not even a year and a half. And they're doing that shit. And it's like, so you're having the copy in order to just make product. That is dumb. That is stupid.
Whatever happened? All right. Well, you actually just did a video.
Yes!
On this, so whatever happened
Andrew,
to Jeff Crowley?
My guy. I might just have to dig the relics out. Funny you asked that, Andrew. I have an episode on Raleigh on the channel. It's the third one. It talks about him during the golden era, and I actually kind of talk about his new project now, but Jeff Raleigh, so he left Flip in I think 2014, which that fucking shook the world. I'm like, holy shit.
Why did he leave Flip? Because I remember I watched your video.
So he left Flip because there was just, they wanted to go another direction. He didn't, he
artistically.
It was not just artistically, but like how they wanted to run the company. Because if you notice, remember how Flip used to be really big in the States?
Yeah.
Flip's not that big here anymore. Flip is now, when I was talking to Thomas, because I asked him, I said, why don't you carry Flip anymore? And he's like, dude,
nobody's riding.
No one's really riding Flip. And he was telling me, he was like, well, it's overseas, and which is true because everything I see from
they're all UK, right?
Well, let's see. So you have Tom Penny's from the UK. I mean, you've got some American skaters here too.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's like the OGs, like Tom Penny. He's from the UK. Rune Glifberg is from Denmark. Arto is from Finland. Arto, believe it or not, he's still doing some stuff. Obviously, he's doing more of his photography, but.
Well, I mean, you see that Bailey took though, right?
Whoa,
fucking ate down that massive shit on that set.
That set,
damn. I thought he died.
Set, if I remember correctly, he tore just about everything in his knee. ACL, PCL, MCL. Like he fucking
just how he fucking hit
that splits, dude. That when he did the splits, that reminded me when I did the splits and blew out my knee that night. But all right, so sorry about it, Andrew. But what's Jeff doing now? Oh, so actually, I'm gonna go pull some out real quick. I'm gonna go pull some. I will go pull some. Are you kidding me? God damn it!
It's required that something breaks.
Well, do you remember my I don't know if you saw my first take. I had a solid take going. I put it it's on the Instagram page, and my Muscat deck just literally dropped. And I'm like, I had this look of deject. I'm like, you're kidding me.
You gotta be.
This was a perfect take, and now I can restart over again.
Good shit.
All right. So you asked about Jeff Rowley, and this past year, Andrew, was the 20th anniversary of the Jeff Rowley Pro. So I picked this up when I was at skate park in Tampa in October for a wedding, and this is what he's up to. He's bringing back the classic shoe. Now, he is going to be doing some I think later on they're going to be doing some classic colorways, but the first one it was all black. It was black and white. The first two are actually black and white and blue and white. And then this was the third, which honestly, this white with the gum is clean as hell. And I'm debating, because I've got some custom paint markers. You see how that's red. The $66.99 and the Vandal was red, and I've got red laces. Thinking about maybe custom, just doing a little custom job, making the Vans logo red. Possibly. It's just speculation that I've had for a while. So he's releasing these. He just put out a new colorway on his Instagram at Jeff Rowley, all one word. And it's the Rowley Pro, but they're green. They're green in the main area, but like right here in the paneling, tiger stripe. It's like
that'd be cool.
Dark green, like almost like navy green and tiger stripe, or not army green and tiger stripe. And I saw those. I'm like, okay, I kind of want those.
Now, the tongue on that looks substantially thinner than what the other ones have been.
So, I'm glad you brought that up. So, if you skated the original pair of Rowleys, which again I point out in the Rowley episode, the ankle, the area where your foot is, the collar, or not the collar, but the right here where the cup sole, or if you want to call it cup sole, where this sits, where your heel sits, was thicker. And the tongue was
It was like double.
Was hella puffy, and then the toe box was shorter. But the reason why Jeff said we're going to change things up a little bit is it's got some puff, not much.
So that's more my style than
that's more your
style.
Now, what he was telling me though, and actually it brings up a really good point, is that they call this a U system, meaning longer toe box. And your lace right here right there isn't exposed much to where it's not going to be as susceptible to snapping compared to the original OG Rowleys where the toe box was shorter, wider, and this was more exposed. You didn't have this U shape and obviously more padding. So, Rowley, so he's got this going on with Vans, and then he's got his own board company called Freedom. And it's Freedom 66/99, so just like the back of his Vans shoe. It's starting to pick up steam. I think he said eventually he's going to want to add teen riders, which is cool. I even said in the Jeff Raleigh episode that, you know, Jeff, when he first started, got picked up by Deathbox.
Yeah.
Which then turned into Flip. But Deathbox was a UK company. It was like it was a UK / they're more Europe.
So they're based out of Europe. That's pretty much it.
And the fact that Jeff got his start with a European company or a UK, I think it'd be cool if Jeff started giving some of these up and comers from the UK their
opportunity.
Their opportunity. The same way Jeff got his opportunity when he was with Deathbox. You know, it'd be cool to see that come full circle to where you see a fucking legend like Raleigh spot talent, go, you know what, I'd like to add you on my team as an AM. Let's see how you do. Holy crap, let's make you a pro.
Oh yeah. I think
so
that should be done.
That's the status of Raleigh right now is he's reissuing his shoes. He just put out a new video part a couple of months ago with Vans, which if you haven't seen that, it's phenomenal. His first clip, he's board sliding this hubba, and he sticks and just launches and eats shit. Like it's about a good 5 foot dive.
Damn.
And he hits that concrete hard. I'm like, God damn.
And I'll pass on that.
I know, right? But no, actually, so Jeff's still skating raw, like how he was. Now,
I mean, yeah. Even if he wasn't, you gotta figure he's probably about 30. He's 10 years older than me.
Yeah, he's in his early 40s, and he's still ripping. Now, what's cool about the new Raleighs is back in the day when you got Raleighs, at the time he was vegan.
Yeah.
So they would use the synthetic leather, and if you had those shoes in your collection, over time, because it's synthetic and not real leather, they're going to crack.
Uh-huh.
Now, Jeff is a huge hunter. He's definitely done a complete 180 because he on his Instagram, he does hunting stuff, and he does stuff with civil hardware with knives and hunting knives and whatnot. Jeff's actually using real leather now.
Really?
So on these...
So he, like you're saying, he did a complete 180.
Like, if you feel right here, that's real leather.
Oh, damn, these are nice.
So on top of real leather being tougher against grip tape compared to synthetic, those are going to last longer. And say, you know, for collectors, you're going to be able to wear them a lot longer before you either A, they crack at all, or B, they don't crack and you really got a shoe that's...
has longevity to it.
Exactly.
You know?
Which, honestly, that's all my collection is these days. Which, as much as I hate to say it, because I had to get rid of a pair of shoes, but it's like, they're collecting dust. I like to rock and stock my stuff, and I don't feel like doing Crumble City, because I've had Crumble City happen twice, and I was pissed. And I'm like, one of them was actually able to sole swap. The other one, not so much. So
see, I mean, I normally use suede shoes. I always normally use suede, and they would get torn up pretty quick. I mean, I don't think I've ever used a pair of actual legit leather skate shoes.
Yeah, no, the leather ones they'll be able to withstand the punishment. So I hope that answers your question, Andrew. If you guys who are tuning in got questions, hit us up. We're just kind of talking about the old days during the golden era, and like I said, favorite pros, which I want to get into that. So you're kind of starting to see, obviously you know who my favorites are.
Yeah.
I knew you, like I said, we were talking earlier, you said you're a big flip guy.
Yes.
Huge flip guy.
Big flip guy.
And judging...
that team back then.
Yes. And the board that you're sitting behind, you were our crew's, no joke, you were our crew's BAM.
That's I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Oh, it was a very good thing. It was funny as hell. You know?
I mean, when I go look back at some of the dumb shit that I did, it's just kind of like, oh, I did some really dumb fucking things.
Don't we all do dumb shit when we were younger?
I mean, of course, it was all fun.
Yeah.
It was never...
It's like we had our jackass crew, and...
That's what it was at the time.
Let me ask you this, is I guarantee just about every local skate crew back then...
Every group
either did completely... all jackass shit, or every now and then you just got a wild hair up your ass and they're like, hey, let's go do something stupid, you know?
And I think we were on the first part of it.
Yeah,
we pretty much did it all the time.
Shit, like when... Was it?
Consistently... I remember actually one time we were going to Tinley Park. We were going to the Tinley Park skate park. I had the Caprice. Zach was driving in front of me in his Corsica. Was it the Corsica or whatever the fuck it was? I think
it was a Corsica.
But I just remember we're like, we went the wrong way, so we're all whipping around in this parking lot, and I'm following behind him. And so he whips his car so hard and hits this fucking curb, and then like his car bounced sideways.
Yes!
I'm shocked the car didn't blow a tire, fucking destroy.
God, that was gross.
Destroy all the shit on it because he legitimately just.
Oh yeah,
Wow,
whipped that bitch.
Destroyed.
Was that his car? Was that his mom's?
I think that was his car because the time that I ran into him.
Yes.
When we were driving, because I was just being a dickhead.
Because it was hot as hell. I remember that it was hot as fuck. We had to stay in because the cops were.
No, that was the time when I backed into the.
Yes.
Fucking concrete thing at Burlington. But that time when we were sitting at the stoplight in Braidwood, the notorious stoplight of Braidwood.
Yep.
I was dicking around. I thought I'd get as close to his bumper as I could, and then all of a sudden my foot slipped off the fucking brake. And it's like bam, bam, like and it just hit him twice, pushed him forward. And luckily he had one of those Saturns, so it didn't like dent.
God, those were clutch back in those Saturns. Cheap plastic. You chip the paint, and you just
there was
back out of the plunger.
nothing. But it was just funny as fuck because I was just like, oh shit.
God damn, but.
I don't know. We just goofed off.
Well,
I think that's pretty much it. We just goofed off the rest of the time. We weren't skating.
Was it you and Zach, or was it? I know it was one of you jumped from the Caprice into a tree. Was it Zach?
I think that was Zach. I'm pretty sure that was Zach because I know I jumped out of it once too, but that was into one of the.
That was a bush.
That was
that was a bush. No, Zach literally jumped into a freaking 8-foot pine tree.
Yeah, I mean. I've probably skipped my memory now.
Yeah, I just want to know how, as much stupid shit as you did, how is Zach alive?
I don't know, your guess is as good as mine.
Right.
I mean, for how much dumb shit me and him have done, and like I think he took it a little bit, maybe a step further.
Well, you were Bam, and I think he was Knoxville.
Oh yeah, he was definitely that like one little extra step above of what I would do. Because like I had that thing where it's like, all right, I really don't want to fucking hurt myself and just break my legs and do any other shit. Zach's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna jump off this fucking bank roof into the next fucking roof and see if I make it.
Kankakee.
Yeah, he did the Kankakee. Ollie from that roof to the other one. Yep. It's like, dude, and there's this gap probably about, I don't know, 3/4 of this table that like, if he were to hit a rock, do anything like that.
Oh, he's going down.
He's going in between the building.
Down.
This was not a.
That was a 12-foot drop.
I think it was even bigger than that.
That was a 12 or 14-foot drop because it's not PNC, but I know because you pull in and you see it and you're like,
Like, yeah, if you fell down that thing, you're getting seriously
R.I.P. You're catching a case of R.I.P.s. That is
you're going to be unalive.
Yes. Sky Point. Oh, man. But, yeah, we did some dumb shit then, but you know what, though? We had a lot of really good skating, too. I mean,
we did.
Dude, I miss those days when we would literally skate all day, watch a skate video to relax, probably grab some sort of polar nip, and then we'd go back out.
Just go back out. Because we would skate, generally early evening, and then around probably 7, 8, somewhere around that time. Especially during the summer.
Yeah.
We'd all take a break, go do whatever, go grab food, go watch a skate video. I think Really Sorry was in rotation for fucking ever.
Sorry was? I remember the rotation in your house was Sorry.
What's the Black Label one I had?
Blackout,
that was it.
Black Label's Blackout, Sorry, and... Oh, fuck. Was it Welcome to Hell, was it?
I didn't have Welcome to Hell.
You didn't have Welcome to Hell, was it Zeros?
I think it might have been Zero.
Yeah, it might have been Zero.
Because, I had a rotation of them, but it was like, these 3 videos were constantly
aside
in my
from the
player.
standard issued CKY 2.
Oh, yeah, well,
which I remember I had to buy for you.
Oh, yeah, because of the 18 plus.
Yeah, you're like, I remember you were in the mall, like, dude, here's
a 20 bucks fucking go.
I'm like, yep, I got you.
Because it was the same thing with Haggard, too, when they released that.
It's like, what the hell? I literally have to...
And you know what? And with Bam, and like tying that in, it's like, his popularity, not to take anything away from his skating, because he's a damn good skater.
Oh, yeah.
He can skate fucking way better than I can, and most people, so it's kind of like... But his popularity really seemed to boom when he went to Element, and also at the same time started... The CKY video started becoming... bigger and more
and then when
noticed.
MTV,
and Jackass.
I was say when MTV saw that, they're like, "That's a gold mine."
They're like, "Oh yeah, we can get this guy and this guy and this guy."
Like, don't get me wrong. Was it awesome to watch? Was it funny as hell? But it kind of sucked at the same time because it took him away from what.
It took him away from what he should be doing. But if you're gonna make money doing this, dicking around, when you're gonna be doing that anyway while you're skating.
See, what I liked about Bam is he could skate street good, but
transition skater.
I think his strong point is transition, like skate FDR or skating Burnside.
Yeah.
Those style of concrete parks to where they're built under overpasses and you got transitions and bowls and all that. But that is his strong point.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. Because even in one of the CKY videos, you see him go up and do this huge wall. Right.
That was like that's like a 10-foot. That's a 10-foot wall, and he's just like. He touched the camera too.
Yeah,
he touched it. I remember he went so fast, went up, touched the camera with his nose. And you see back. And just boom. And I'm like, holy! And one wrong move, and you're gonna eat shit.
You know, but on top of like him having the popularity through MTV, through the CKY videos, you know, his own things outside of that, and then also, you know, being on Element, he also kind of borrowed one of the most iconic graphics ever.
Ah, yes. Yep, the hymn.
The hymn heartogram, which they had on it was a different variation of this one.
It was because you had it.
I had that.
It was purple.
I had the purple one.
It was purple. It was white writing, and it was a black tail, and it had the heartogram when he forged that friendship with Valvolo.
Yeah.
That was when it comes to board collectors, Bam had a lot of iconic decks that I would like to have. The heartogram series for sure.
Yes.
But even I don't know what it's called, but it's gold and it's in green cursive.
I know which one you're talking about.
That one.
I'll have to put a picture.
Yeah, but see, Bam had some like boards. I'm like, damn, I wish I would have had. Obviously, the heartogram series was probably one of the I liked that series, and what is it? It was red, white. And it had a baby. It had a bat with a big head, but it had a tiny body with wings.
Oh yeah, I know.
Because each of them had a. Bill Pepper had his own. Jeremy Ray had his own.
It was that series of boards.
Yeah,
but I mean that's like saying that this is iconic. It's like, all right, you can judge it by what was really like popular boards back in the day by Tony Hawk.
Yeah,
well, you can go to any of the Birdhouse boards, any of the toy machines.
The Birdhouse, the toy machine. I mean,
you know, all of these up here pretty much are iconic decks that you would see in any of the Tony Hawk games.
Even the Musket deck, it's a twist, but it's still homage to the silhouette, which I skated, 4 or 5 of those things?
Oh, yeah.
I skated easily 5 silhouettes.
Quite a few of them.
Easily 5 silhouettes.
But that's what I'm saying is like, you know, if it made it into the video game, it's a really...
Oh yeah,
it's definitely a popular.
Oh yeah, I mean that Burnquist pilot head deck that's behind you. I mean, well, shit, you remember me skating that?
I remember the original one of this.
Yeah, the pilot head and then the BB series.
Motorhead series too.
Oh god, there's actually 4. There's 4 Motorhead. I'm very fortunate to have 2 of them, but I would obviously love to have all 4 along with the Motorhead shoes that I have. But I don't think those ever did make it in the games. But. There's still iconic graphics because he was best friends with Lemmy.
Yeah.
Who, you know, but yeah, dude, you were right because I think a lot of people did buy their boards because I saw that on Tony Hawk. Remember like the big boom for skateboarding at the time was when 99, 2000, that late 90s, early 2000s. That's when you saw just a massive increase of all these people. That's what I'm saying. When I started, there was nobody. There was like I said, the handful of kids, and then like just a couple of years later, Tony Hawk Pro Skater comes out. And all of these kids are coming out of the woodworks with these new boards. And and here's the thing: is I know some kids kind of faded away, and some still stuck. But that was definitely a positive for skateboarding. I mean, that got kids into it.
Oh yeah, there's no arguing that. Like it definitely boosted it, and I think that because I've been out of the loop with it for so long, and I mean I've been out for probably 8 years where I haven't really followed too much of just anything that's going on with the teams. Just I want to continuously get back into skating, but it's just like one of those things where like I really can't hurt myself because I got the band and I got all this other shit that I got to take care of. But having that come out was just this big boom, and like everybody started skating at that point.
Oh hell yeah!
All these parks getting put up everywhere. Tinley Park, Frankfurt, Braidwood, Wilmington, all putting up parks because of how
Plainfield,
big, Plainfield,
Neuqua Valley.
Yes, all these parks sprouting up out of nowhere when there was none.
No,
the only one that you could go to that I can remember was Drop-In because that was the first park I went to.
Yep.
And I remember we're going there, and I was like, we're going to skate park, and I'm going to be really good at all this shit. Shit. Little did I really think about it that I've never ridden a fucking ramp before.
You're like,
I have no idea how to do any of this shit.
Nope.
See,
you know what? Speaking of dropping, I hate that it's gone. But that park was definitely a little haggard. The ramps, they patched.
It wasn't when. No, I guess back in its heyday it was.
Yeah, back I remember skating. Oh, I broke a board there.
Because that was before you guys went there as a group before I moved there.
Yeah,
I remember you guys mentioned.
I went there because Zach rented out dropping.
Yeah,
I think this was before you.
Yeah, this was before I.
Because I remember exactly what happened. So it was a week before Zach's party. My mom took me and Swirl Sack up to Jarek's. He got it's a white background and it was a Santa Cruz deck, and all it said spray paint letters was skateboarding was not a crime.
Yeah,
and that's where I bought the Muska Green Kamikaze, and that's where I snapped it in a week. The Rising Sun one. It was paying homage to Christian Asoy. And I remember I snapped that in a week. And Zach and Swirl just are laughing their ass off. And Zach was like, didn't you just get that a week ago? I'm like, again, that look of defeat. Yeah.
Now, was that when it still had the bowl? Or was that after that?
That was after the bowl.
Because I remember my first time going there, they still had the bowl, but they took it down the next time I was there. But then they had the half pipe that was off to the side that it had the spine.
Yes. I was there after the bowl.
Oh, okay, yeah, because I only went there once when they still had it, but then they still had that spine later on, and then I think they took that out and put a giant, Euro set.
Yeah, it was a Euro, I think, that they had there. But yeah, it was, oh man, now that I think about it, I'm like, I wish Dropping was still open.
I mean, I wish it was. I mean, it's not, it'd be probably definitely the closest skate park besides an outdoor one.
The closest park right now indoor is that new one in Oswego called The Den.
Yeah. The Den. I've actually been following their stuff on that. I like what they're doing. They have classes that, I know Crush used to do that.
Yeah, Crush used to do that, and I know Asylum does that.
Yeah.
And eventually that is going to be one of the places I'm going to go do. I'll be on an episode and feature them and what they're all about and their mission. So, but that's the closest indoor park. Man, I only skated it once, but God, was Crush huge. Holy
that was a massive park.
God.
I mean, I think even at my peak when I was at my best skating, I don't think I could hit 50% of the shit
that was
there.
Literally built for. That was literally built for. All right, we're gonna have amateur and pro contest. That part was
you could easily have a contest there.
That was easily a pro, and it sucks that Bad Boys Toys folded because you could have had some banging ass pros events there.
I mean, I know they had some really good riders for even just the Bad Boys Toys team. They had some really good guys that were just local that ripped.
But then I think it might have went down in 2008 when everything started taking a shit.
Yeah.
I think in 2008 or 2004, whenever the economy tanked, is when it shut doors.
They were just done.
Which sucks because it was like a big ass park, and what was nice about it is even though there was a lot of big shit, but you could still spread out and not feel like you're getting skated on. Yeah. Unlike Dropping to where.
Oh no, you were running down.
Oh, good lord! Yeah, you were like you literally had to wait in a line like a roller coaster. Do your shit, get the hell out.
If you don't get your trick first run, get the fuck out of the way because the next guy's coming right fucking behind you.
See, and that's what I like about Asylum is it's not like that. Like Asylum it's not big like Crush, but it's not small like Drop-In to where you could even on a busy you could still not feel like you're getting skated on. I
mean, the only time that I went there was with you guys. Yeah, when I went and that I hadn't skated in
it was right,
years before that.
It was right before I deployed in 2016.
Yeah, so it was like I was coming back and I was just trying to really learn how to ride again. Yeah. I landed a 360 flip out of nowhere, but I couldn't land shit for the rest of the day. Because that's when we went to Chicago and skated downtown and all this other shit. I didn't land shit the rest of the day, but I landed that one fucking trick.
What pisses me off is after everything happened with my knee, it's like, I probably shouldn't have skated because I had a torn ACL then, but of course, Air Force doctors suck, but that's for a different story. Which sucks, which pisses me off, and that what really irked me because it's like, I want to hang it up because my knee is just buckling and weak, but I'm being told I'm crazy when my surgeon is like, oh no, you're not going crazy.
I don't know if you were there for when that happened, but the scream you let out was blood curdling.
Oh God.
It was by far, I was like, holy shit, that's coming out of a person.
That was bad.
That's just, holy fuck.
That, dude, oh my God.
It was so just gnarly.
I forgot. For someone's like, did you get shot?
It was terrible sounding.
Oh my God, dude.
You heard the pop, too. I remember hearing that just... and then you scream. And it was just like, oh.
Yeah, that was fun. That was the pseudo career ender, but like I was talking to Thomas about, how I'm going to come back, and Thomas gave me some words of advice, and he's definitely right. He's like, don't skate like you're 18 no more.
Oh, yeah, because we
No, skate the small shit. Small mani pads, small little gaps, like ollie over curbs, and like if it's sidewalks, mani pads, little curbs to grind on, little bumps. And I'm okay with that,
Yeah.
As long as I can start not ripping pretty decent on like small shit, I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
you guys can take your kick flip in a 6 set, and I'm 35. I'm going to be 36. We can't do that anymore.
No, and that was actually one of the things I was going to bring up. That I was like, how do you really feel aging has like affected everything? I mean, minus your injuries, of
minus
course.
The injuries.
Like, aging affecting your drive to want to skate, your ability to.
Well, here's my thing: is ever since I lost the weight, it's like I really want to fucking get back into it.
Yeah.
Because I was one of the bigger guys out there that was skateboarding.
Yeah.
And now that I'm a hell of a lot lighter now than I was then, it's like, all right, I really want to skate because I'm not as big as I was. I'm more mobile, less prone to injury, less weight, less. I really, really, really want to skate, and that's why I messaged Colin McKay to get some advice. Which, oh my god,
that was so cool.
Seriously, I'm like, I messaged Cab, and he liked the message and get back. I'm like, whatever, cool. You're a pro. You're a dad.
They're busy guys.
You're busy guys. But the fact that Colin, which I don't know if you follow him on Instagram.
I don't follow him, but I mean, just you even posting that, I know who he is.
Colin, obviously, Colin from his days at Girl and Plan B and had some bomb ass DC kicks. But the fact that if you do, any of you guys do watch Colin, he does a lot of leg workouts, and especially with Danny Way, who that guy's a fucking machine. But he does a lot of leg workouts, and I'm like, obviously I can get pointers from people, and that's great, and I will definitely do them. But he's still ripping on vert too, and it's like what better person to get it from a skateboarder's perspective than Colin McKay?
Yeah, and
the fact that he gave me this wall of text, and I'm like, holy shit, he took the time to do that, and I'm like, all right, there's my game plan.
Yeah, I mean, so that's super cool that he actually responded. And he's a busy dude as well.
Dude, yeah.
He's got his own shit going on.
He's got on top of his own shit. He's half owner of Plan B.
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's got a lot of shit.
On top of he's got a family, and he's going back between LA and Canada.
How many messages a day does he get just from oh hey, I just think you're really great, blah blah blah. But then he saw that message and he was like, hey, this is some serious shit.
Like I said, that was the coolest thing ever, and I've got my final PT test coming up in May, so I start in February for PT test prep. I never did legs, but now I have to do legs because I have the atrophy that I lost from that, and B, like I said, as soon as plus I get it. Not only do I have to get the knee ready to go for running shape, but skate shape.
Oh yeah, especially with all the jumping and
all the jumping,
hyperextending.
Yeah,
and all
that well, my surgeon told me he's like you can skate in a while, but he goes, I would suggest or recommend not going learning tricks or trying to redo tricks until late spring, early summer. Which cool. That just gives it extra time for the ACL to grow. Even though when he gave the tug on the leg, no homo, he did his thing. And he's like, all right, you're good to go. But he did say, you're going to have to skate with an ACL brace, which I actually have a decent one now. So that is going to be
they won't shift their kneecap or that shitty.
Well, what's cool is it's got a little triangle plate right on the kneecap. And the way the DME person explained it is it allows the femur to move, but not to the point where you're going to retear your shit. Like, it gives it that play that it's supposed to have, but it's going to stop it from anything worse. I'm like, okay, cool.
Okay.
So, again, I'm going to have to relearn. First things first is just literally getting and just kick pushing on a board to then I want to learn just how to just, redistribution of weight on ramps, kick turning, and then later on that's when we'll start learning, the basics, ollie, shove its frontside shoves, kick flips.
You got to start somewhere. It's relearning all over again.
Exactly. You have to do baby steps. So that's what's going to happen, especially when it starts getting warmer out. But enough about my knee and my pain and that. That was so bad. But I want to take it back, though, to, some of your favorite videos, parts, pros, because, again, that's what the channel's about. And, again, we had similar tastes, But there were some things I thought was cool. I'm like, it's not my style, but I still respect it because it was bad as shit.
See, that I think that would be, if you want to go like my list of favorites, it was pretty much the videos that I had.
Yeah.
Like, of course, really sorry. Any version of sorry is top tier for me. And then, like you said, Blackout was one of them. And then I had some Trans World one that I really liked. I don't remember which one it was, but I know I had Mark Johnson before he was on, what company was that? But he's just grinding some hand.
Was it Maple?
It might have been.
Was it Maple?
It was an older one. It was like literally 2000 was when this.
That was Enjoy. No, it was 18. It was 18.
It was
right before 18 shut down.
Because I just remember that was like the video that I would sit there and watch because I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they made videos like where it's like this. I know this is a magazine, but that's what they do.
Ricky Riffle, sorry is the best. I'm not going to argue that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what it's. I could still watch it to this day and just enjoy it completely.
Well, I think.
And that was like the video that like I would watch, and that video would get me pumped and just be like, "Fuck yeah, let's go!" Like just, especially when Jeff jumps off that fucking into that water retainage ditch, like right, and that's like what his very first thing, and then he goes and power slides into the shit. Yeah, that was like right off rip. I'm like, yes, that's the shit.
That is the
that I want to see.
Skate fast, skate loose, let's go.
But that was more my style, and like I said, those are probably my three. If I had to pick them, because I haven't. I mean, I don't remember a lot of the names of the videos that we've watched over the years. So it's just kind of like we've watched so many, and especially working at a skate shop, you always have one video just repeating or not repeating, but you have like
at the time that's when the internet started to pick up and you could download off of Kazaa and LimeWire.
Yeah, like, well, if you wanted to give your fucking computer STDs, you go right on ahead and I sure as fuck did.
Eric Stevens says the end, dude.
Oh, the end, yes,
dude, Eric, the end was the end has a special place in my heart because it was the first ever video that I watched. I remember it clear as day. Is I was at a friend of mine, Casey Hartzell, at the time lived in Joliet. It was his birthday party. We were skating at night, then we went to the bowling alley, and then we came back, and then we were all throwing poppycocks at each other. It's like
oh yeah, right, was another one.
Yeah. So poppycocks, it's like a Cracker Jacks. We were being young. But I remember when he put that video on, that video, that made me love Burt House because of not only of the team, but again, as a board collector now, classic graphics, like the Falcon 2 and the Falcon 3. You know, those were some of Tony's most iconic graphics. And then, of course, you had Andrew Reynolds, who was the king of the frontside kickflip then. That's when he was just picking up.
Oh yeah, he wasn't even a massive player yet at that point.
My favorite part though will always be the combined part of Jeremy Klein and Heath Kirchart when they did
Under. I totally forgot him because I had one of his workshop boards.
When Under Pressure, that was that was the second portion when they drove the van down El Toro.
Oh yeah.
And then he board slid El Toro. They destroyed the fuck out of that van. They were at some mansion. They busted out a PlayStation. I think they were playing Tony Hawk 2. And then that's when it kicked into Under Pressure. They were skating in the tuxedos. That's when one of the big, I remember that video, Jeremy Klein, Ollie's, I think it was the Best Buy, or not the Best Buy, the Blockbuster. He Ollies up, sticks, and you see him eat shit. And I'm like, ooh, and there was an ambulance that was rushing. But no, dude, I'm so glad you brought up the end. That was an awesome Birdhouse video. What else did he do?
Yeah, right.
Really sorry. Baker 3. Dude, yeah, right.
Now, for the time that when that video came out, it was pretty cool because, they're all riding around, there's no board.
Yeah, it's a green screen on the board.
It was the green screen shit on the board, and you're like,
I think that was a Spike Jones idea.
I bet.
Because Spike Jones...
How much did they have to pay? How much did it cost them to have to pay to get this shit done?
Because Spike Jones did a lot of work with Lakai, and I think he did work with Girl, and I think that's why.
Well, they also had, what's his face in it? Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson, yeah.
And Owen Wilson, he was like, oh, yeah. Like, after he does the fucking...
oh, wow.
What was it? Smith grind on the handrail? He's... of course, they did the body swap.
Yeah, they did the body swap with him in costume. So, Eric, if you see, I'm missing one. I actually had a cat on Instagram offer me $300 for a Falcon 2, which the little story behind that, got off working a 12-hour shift when I was in El Dafro when I was deployed to the Middle East. Just so happened to scroll eBay coming home from the gym because we had Wi-Fi on base. And I see this I looked at her, it looked like an old lady. Tony Hawk board, 34, or I think it
I
was
got
like
this
30,
boating cock board.
right? Something like that. Put it this way, I like to put that under my file of crackhead specials. It was, so, I mean, it's been lightly skated. There's still a lot of meat on the tongue, and I had the cutout, and it's the original birdhouse. So
for me, that's how old that board has to be by now.
Yeah.
Like it's still in really damn good shape.
And it's the second OG birdhouse, not the black circle with the bee, but it's the white bee with the birdhouse with that. $34.99. I'm like, I had to do a double take, and then there was a staff sergeant who I talked to all the time, Jake, which I've corrupted him. He's starting to buy boards. He bought a really nice Dwayne Peters complete black label, $30.
Damn.
And I'm like, holy shit. And he's like, I blame you. And I'm like, you're welcome.
I mean, damn, $30 for any complete is really
$30 for
really
any
nice.
like OG complete. Then it's like, does this person not know? So
they can't.
I showed him, and I'm like, Jake, look at this. And he goes, dude, you got to buy it. Like, you have to buy it. You're stupid if you don't buy it. It was waiting for me when I got back to the desert. And I told him, I said, you're not gonna believe how much I got that board for. And he goes, how's that? I said, $34. And he goes,
34.
What? I said, yeah, I got it for $34. And I said, that Falcon 3, that was given to me. And he was like, I'll give you $300. And I said,
give you $300.
Can't do it. And I said, and then my reason why, I'm missing the Falcon 1. Now,
that's true.
Falcon 1s, no pun intended, are a rare bird in the collection group, and when you do get them, they're going for upwards of $250. I think my boy Flippin' Bird on Instagram had one for $250, and it was in pristine condition. But I'm looking for the crackhead special.
I want this crackhead.
I want the. I mean, obviously if it's all grinded to piss in the middle, I'm not going to buy it.
No, yeah, you want to at least be able to tell what the hell it is.
If it's something like this, to where, I mean, you could it's gently used, gently skated, still got some meat on the tail, and obviously a lot of graphic on it like this, and the Falcon 3 above.
The best I could put that is like, that's an 8-year-old kid trying to learn how to kick turn.
That's about as much
damage as
that is an 8-year-old trying to kick turn. And if I can find a Falcon 1 that's in pretty good condition and a crackhead special, oh, you bet your ass I'm going to jump on it, because then I will have, to me, like I when it comes to boards from Birdhouse during like that end era, I say the original Falcon series 1, 2, 3 is some of my favorite Hawk boards.
Now, is that just because they were like some of the first boards that you'd really kind of seen like that iconic status, or is it just? See, it's to me. Well, it's actually iconic in the community, in the board collectors community. But to me, it's some of the very first boards that I was exposed to. Well, yeah, that's what I was meaning.
Yeah,
yeah. Those are some of the first boards that you see. So
that and the Shorty's deck. You know, the Birdhouse, Shorty's, toy, like literally all the brands that you saw in Tony Hawk. That was my mass exposure.
Oh yeah,
$34. That's insane. How about that Jeff Raleigh deck? I remember that from
2000s. It has the new wave technology.
So speaking of new wave, there's actually 3 decks up there, Eric, with new wave.
These 3.
The Bob Burnquist pilot had the Bob Burnquist Superman and the Jeff Raleigh Motorhead deck. So that was actually. I did a deal with someone. I gave them some shoes, and they gave me the Raleigh. It was a 1-for-1. The Raleigh one, the Raleigh, the yellow one, yeah, that was a 1-for-1. But that black one right there. So again, I'm just messing around on Facebook.
Now, do you feel like that was the new wave technology? Do you feel like that was kind of like gimmicky, or did you? I never skated them, so
I get what they were trying to do. They were trying to make your board slides faster with less surface
friction,
area.
yeah.
And on top of that, but with them coming together, I see it going 2 ways. At the meeting point of the wave where it strengthens it, or a lot of times where it weakens it, which in my case, when I snapped that, I snapped that with you.
Yeah.
And who was else? We were skating the new Patterson Funeral Home.
Yep.
But I don't think it was a gimmick. I think it was a good idea at the time.
Because I kind of view that like how I view the LibTech boards.
Yeah.
Like how it had that
fiberglass.
Was it fiberglass?
No, it was the slick.
That slick stuff.
Just like how Blind had slick.
Yeah, but it was just like all right, you get it, but if you shouldn't need that if you're the rail or whatever the hell you're gonna be doing is waxed enough.
No, so was it a pretty innovative concept? Yeah. Gimmick? I don't know. Again, you in skateboarding when it comes to decks, especially with them being made out of wood, you got to do what you can to
You're limited to what?
You're limited. You're limited as far as like high tech boards, like the Dark Star Light Knights, the Armor Plies, the Armor Lights,
Power Ply,
the Santa Cruz Power Ply, the Black Label Power Beam, which I got a funny story for that. We'll go back to that shortly. Also you had the Flip New Wave. Now you've got the P2. You really don't see too many.
Yeah, those are the ones I wanted to try. The P2.
You don't see too many high tech boards now these days. It was more when we were younger. Like I said, you had the almost still does the Impact.
Yeah. Fiberglass.
And Rodney Mullen still does his Uber Light boards. But it's not like how Darkstar, you don't see like Darkstar because they're still doing, though they do maybe some pro graphics with the what do you call it? The Impact. But it's not like back then to where you had Armor Lights and Armor Plies. Those days are done.
Like done and gone. They stick to just the normal.
Yeah, just the normal. Like they'll run every. They'll see. I think it's cheaper for dwindles. It's like, all right, well, all of our boards, we're just going to run the same tech instead of Darkstar having this, almost having that. When Enjoy had the Monster Mold, which I wish they wouldn't have got rid of that. That Monster Mold. Oh my God.
Well, you remember back then, like each company would have 3 different molds.
Yes.
All their decks. You'd have your standard just. Normal shallow kicks, concave, whatever. Then you always have like their medium. Then you have like their super deep where their fucking tails like this.
That's why I love the Monster Mold because I could flip a lot better.
Yeah.
Like when I was landing more kickflips when I was with you, that was with Enjoys. That was with Enjoys.
Yeah.
That was with Enjoys, and when Darkstar was still running the Monster Mold too. But all right, so going back to this, Eric, you're asking about the Raleigh boards or the Motorhead decks. So that yellow one, that was a 1-for-1. But that black one right there, so I'm going to pull out its twin if I can find it, which I'm trying not to have that S sign fall this time because that's not fun.
Sorry, I'm distracting him. I'm really good at it.
All right, so I found on Facebook this lady up in Wisconsin. She posted Raleigh skateboards, $30. She said, pretty used, pretty beat up Raleigh skateboards. $30. And I messaged her. And I said, would you ship? She goes, yeah. And I said, how much for shipping? She goes, oh, no, I just want to get rid of them. $30.
Oh, no, the paint on the edges is going. If you consider that beat up.
So I opened the boards. And this was the other one. This was part of Jeff Raleig's flip. They called them the Black Series. This board has plenty of meat on the tail. Barely, I don't think any pressure cracks. Which I have this set. This is Jeff's OG setup. Fury trucks, Ricta wheels, his Rictas, flip deck, everything. Straight OG from Raleigh. So you have that deck, and then you've got the Raleigh deck that's behind you, Tim, the black one. I got those both for $30, and they were complete. They had 7.75 Royals, which I'm just trying to get rid of.
Oh, that was on.
They had set. I'm like, so I had. And I looked at the pictures. I'm like, all right, they're probably still used and whatnot, whatever.
I wrote blind Darkstar mini logo. Probably others as well.
Dockermeyer! Hey! Just saw him at the airport before I left for New Mexico in December. Yeah, we got talking. I'm trying to get this kid back on his board since he lives right by me. But no, Darkstar back then made. So what sucks about Darkstar is how they still make pro boards. They still do their budget busters, their budget completes, but Darkstar back then actually had legitimate boards.
Way different.
They had legitimate boards and they had legitimate wheels. Now it's just Darkstar.
Now they're high-end Walmart.
Yeah, now unless you go to a skate shop and then they get it from like places like AWH and Eastern Skate Supply where you're getting like
a
legitimate Darkstar. Yeah, you go to Walmart and you get the Walmart special.
Yeah,
and it's just like. But what Chet Thomas was saying is the deck's still good.
Yeah.
It's just the trucks,
the other
wheels,
shit.
Bearings,
well, that's
hardware.
like you going and buying a blind complete, and it has the blind trucks and the blind bearings and all that other crap. It's just knockoff.
Dockermeyer, if I remember correctly, you had a black label. I swear to God you had a black label in high school. I could be wrong, but I remember it was like black and pink. So, getting back to black label and how we were talking about the high-tech decks. Tim, you remember this. That blue power beam that I bought.
Oh, yeah.
I had for 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 fucking weeks.
Always. 2 weeks. Because all I remember was doing is, my thing was, I loved to ollie. I loved to ollie off the spine and get air. That was kind of my thing then, was when the high school, or at the elementary school, when you could ollie off and just catch air, like, that was my thing. And I kept ollieing and I was landing right. I was catching some speed and getting snap.
Oh.
And I'm like, what the hell just happened? And there you are again. There you are, like you.
Oh, is that at that gap? The little parking lot gap?
No. I did it. I did it at the Braidwood skate park. I did it where the spine. I literally shot off ollie and caught some mad air.
Went up to the left.
Yeah. And I wore them shirts. I remember, and because I kept doing it, I'm like, oh my god, I want to get faster and faster, and catch more air and whatnot. And this power beam was meant to bullshit.
Power beam. I remember now. It's
power beam my ass, and I landed exactly foot on trucks or foot on hardware front and back. Like I landed normal. Snap.
Is that the one that snapped at the tail? You landed on the bolts, but it snapped right
it
behind
snapped
the
at the tail.
truck bolt.
It snapped. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? But that was the perk about my working in the skate shop because I said, hey, Bob. And he goes,
oh, we got to talk about that, too.
Yeah, we're going to go to the bomb shop days. But I remember going, Bob, what the fuck? And I remember, DJ, I will just replace the board. Get what you want. We'll hang this up. No charge.
Oh, that was cool about that.
That was fucking, that was the perk of working at the bomb shop is if you're an employee and Bob took...
He took care of us.
We'll get into the bomb shop and its downfall, which is a damn shame. But those of us who worked at the bomb shop, like, if you bought something and it snapped within, like, the first 3 weeks, Bob would just replace that, which was nice because it's like, He
was doing that for his own fun, really. He didn't care other than just be like, oh, I want to see all these kids skate. That's what.
Yeah,
that was what he gave a shit about.
And I remember, you know that deck that I ordered after that?
Which one was that?
The Dark Star 9-ply.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it was the Dark Star 9-ply that I don't know if you can see.
I had the bacon board at the same time that you had that one.
You had the bacon board. I had the Dark Star 9-ply because I remember we were scrolling through AWH and I was like,
when we had access to all the wholesale.
That was literally great.
What do you guys want to see in the shop? It's like,
or hey, do you want to? Or if you want anything, let me know. I'll take that. Which
take it out of my check.
Yep, just fuck it.
Take it out of my check. I don't want to check this week. Just give me this.
I remember scrolling through, and I remember you're laughing. You're like, dude, you should get that 9-ply deck. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna order it just because power beam my ass.
Power beam my ass.
I'll have 2 extra plies.
Don't take that out of context.
Yes. No homo. Two extra plies. Because I remember that was this. I remember I got a whole new complete because I ordered that when Chet Thomas had his very short-lived NX Trucks company.
Oh, wow. Dude, you're bringing back all this shit that I just completely fucking forgot about.
Dark Star Light Nights, which I actually have on this complete, which is an homage to the hard flip master himself, Chet Thomas. So, again, Dark Star deck, tensors with the sliders before they started sucking.
Oh, yeah, before they fucking hollowed it out or whatever.
And these were actually right here. These are the actual Light Nights that I got from the bomb shop. These are these are the exact same Light Nights that I got from when we were working with Bob.
Fuck.
So, yeah, that was nice. I was like, I'm going to put together Chet Thomas, and that's when I still had some Chets that I was skating too. But, all right, so you hear us talk about the bomb shop. So it is where I think Dollar General is now.
No, it was on the other side. It was where they tore that whole thing down.
Yeah, but isn't there something else there too? I think that's where Dollar General is.
No, Dollar General's on the opposite side.
Or
the
Family
bomb
Dollar.
shop was here.
Family Dollar.
Where the Family
so
Dollar is.
So if you're ever driving through Braidwood down Main Street, you'll see a Family Dollar. Well, back then you had Kevin Again's, the bomb shop. In the back was the groomer.
Guys. Going to church.
Oh, God. And so the bomb shop opened, what was it, 05?
Oh,
yes, it was 05.
05, yeah, because it was right after I got out of high school.
It was right after you got out of high school. And it was... oh, shit, I just graduated Lincoln.
Yeah, you were just...
You graduated
came
high
back
school.
in town and me and you both started
You graduated high school. I graduated Lincoln. You were already working there, and I convinced Bob to let me work there.
Yeah. Well, and you don't want your 2 best customers as employees. For how much shit we
that bit him in the ass. But, So the Bomb Shop, like I said, it's where Family Dollar is now in Braidwood. If you're going on Main Street, like you're going west, it was on the right-hand side. Haggard-ass little building. And what's funny is there was a little tiny step that you walked in. Yeah, we had it waxed for no slides.
Yeah, I mean, you could slide, the total of the 2.5
feet, get it? But guess what? We fucking did anyway.
Yeah, we did it anyway.
But,
well, that's where I jumped on my car and dented in the fucking...
Yeah! Again, doing stupid shit when we were younger.
Doing dumb shit.
But
surprise.
Let's see, where's Casey's now used to be? Yeah, that's where the skate shop was. So there's Casey's, and then there was Kevinigans, which was the old.
They had that hair salon there too.
Hair salon,
that Christian bookstore.
The Christian bookstore. It was that complex, Kevin. And you walked into the Bomb Shop. There was register. There was counter of all trucks, wheels, bearings, and honestly, he had a pretty deck wall.
Oh yeah, it was a good selection.
That deck wall was probably the size, if not just a little bit smaller than Jarek's Plainfield store.
But now, the thing I give him with that, with the Bomb Shop, was that he had just an eclectic variety of decks. Like, it was like, he didn't go buy 10 Shorties decks, 10 Element decks, and this, in different sizes. Like, oh no, we're going to go get the exotic shit. We're going to go find these fucking off-the-wall boards and all that.
Eric, hey man, thanks for watching. So... this video will be edited and it will be put up on the YouTube channel. So you're not going to miss anything. Like I said, this is kind of a simultaneous. I wanted to do this concept, start doing it every show, every now and then, especially when I'll bring on, homies. So you're not going to miss anything. Like I said, I'll edit and then I'll post the link up so you can pick up where you left off. Again, thanks for watching, man. Go do you. Remember Omnibus? Yep, Omnibus.
Yes, that was the bookstore. That was the bookstore that I was talking about.
But no, honestly, yeah, Bob did go after some crazy shit.
Well, that's what it was the
the Yoker aluminum decks.
Yes, that's the one that's exactly the one that was on my mind.
The Yoker aluminum decks.
It was that, and when he wanted to make shop decks, but the company because it was when I did that black and green tape.
Yes.
It was that company. I forgot what company it was.
Because that was okay. So that was a Yoker green and black. You did black and green reverse on the top.
Reverse on the top.
You had the Richta green and black.
Oh, yes, I had that thing all sorts of fucking matchy.
And then what?
I had the Phantom.
You had Phantoms. You had Phantoms. Yes, you had Phantoms. Yes, you had Phantoms.
But it was that's what I liked about the shop the most. Like, besides it being a badass job, was that like he got the shit that you wouldn't see at any of these other shops. It's like, those up trucks. You remember those?
My God.
They had no kingpin, nothing. It was like literally
a shock.
You get what you get on this.
Yeah.
This is like
it was literally shocks on a truck. It wasn't like a kingpin with bushings. No, it was literally shocks.
You could pick the harnesses of the trucks, but then it was completely reliant on your body weight and all that other shit. So if you wanted a looser truck, you're kind of fucked. You couldn't undo a kingpin or do that.
You can't undo a kingpin, change out bushings, nothing. It's literally, I'm committed.
Here we go. Yep. That was one of the shitty things about those. But they had a cool concept because the wear on them seemed to be a lot better than just standard aluminum trucks. Yeah. But I mean, that's
like I said, with those and the Yoker aluminum decks were probably the two big Yeah,
but I mean, that was the cool thing, is like he got all these brands that, like the bacon boards.
Oh my God, Kevin's comment. Yes, that was still during the height of Beanie Babies, Kevin. That's probably why they stayed open. That's funny as hell. Come to the Christian store, get the Beanie Babies, and run.
I don't want to hear it. Give me the babies. Give me the babies. Give me the babies.
But oh my God. Well, I remember when Plan B came back. That was 2006.
Oh yeah, they did have the return. Yep.
I remember when Plan B came back.
All the skaters companies and what they've done for me.
Now, are you meaning?
Now, AJ, like in what are you
like Revive skateboards and
like Braille skateboards?
Yeah, Braille Revive.
Are you going that direction or?
Because I like Revive and I like Braille. And
see, and then AJ, I have another segment for the channel. It's called Beyond the Episode, which the first one was about my homie Tyler and his board company called Shotgun. I'm all about the skater-owned brands, the grassroots. Not just brands like decks, but even if you got your own skateboarding clothing company like Snake Farm, which is a military skater brand, it's all about skater owned, skater funded, because my personal opinion is I absolutely hate Nike, Adidas, and New Balance, and what they have done to our community. You know, the ball sports, I'm sorry.
Stick to those fucking things. Like, you don't need Nike skateboarding fucking, all right, here, we want these $300, like we were talking earlier.
Those Nike.
Yeah, all these $300 pair of Nike skateboarding shoes.
Get
the fuck out of here.
What they're doing is, like with Nike SB with those limited edition dunks, it's the same thing in the Jordan game. And it's like, just stop, please. All you are out for is...
They just want the extra income, which it's like, you already make millions and billions of dollars. So it's like, why do you need to step foot into here? And I don't know, like I said, I don't know if they actually do too much with anything outside of just them selling the shoes, or if they have
there are some
charity thing
here's
that
the
they do.
There are some brands that are funded, like they funnel money. Like I think Primitive's funded by Nike.
Yeah. But that's what's his face's company, right?
Paul Rodriguez.
Yeah, Paul Rodriguez. P-Rod.
P-Rod's got his company. Skate Mental is funded by Nike. I'm sure Shane O'Neill's April is funded by Nike of some sort. I don't like that. I miss the days of when you just saw the good old brands like Think, which they're not even in existence anymore. Audio Footwear. Oh my God, they made
Audios were fucking awesome.
Oh my God, not only was the team stacked, but
Kenny Anderson.
You know, you had Kenny, you had Bam, you had Tony Hawk, you had Jeremy Ray, who's ollie this freaking tank gap. Dude, if you want wrong moving, you dead. You DEG dead.
Fucking unalived. Now it's funny because you brought up New Balance, and it's just kind of like.
New Balance is a dad shoe.
That's exactly what I was going to bring up. Like, go back to being a grass cutting shoe, man.
New Balance is a grass cutting shoe, a dad shoe.
My dad used to wear those when he was mowing the fucking lawn, and that was it. I think every dad has those.
Kevin, my guy, dude, preach to the choir, man. You know, stay in your lane. You know,
and that's the thing is, like, those companies were running all these other companies out of business, from what I would assume.
It is. That's probably
just like, all right.
That's one reason why S went under.
Probably. It's just like, all right, everybody's buying this, but why, S made some pretty damn good shoes.
Oh my God, back in the day, S had some probably had, so if we're talking shoe teams, take it easy, Kevin.
Kevin.
No way, man, watch your ass over at Midway tomorrow. So when you're talking about shoe teams back in the day, I have to say, and I'm partial to this brand, because it's my initials, DC,
there we go.
had that team with that fuck with us attitude. Not only was DC's team freaking stacked, but dude, classic shoes. For example, like the Stevie Williams, the reissues. These are the reissue Williams.
See, this design always fucking got me.
And the good old Josh Kalis ones. This is that don't fuck with us attitude, but followed by a very close second, and I'm going to say a close second. Oh shit, you forgot Dyrdek too. Dyrdek has some.
Yeah, Rob Dyrdek was on there.
So on top of DC having some bomb-ass team, excellent pro shoes, and great team shoes, S was probably 1A.
Yeah.
If you ever watched Menik Mahdi, sorry, you had Arto, you had Bob, you had Costin, you had McCrank. You had Rodrigo, you had P-Rod, and on top of this, the shoes that they made, like team shoes, for instance, this is the S Scheme reissue. I'm sure, if you watch this, like some of the younger generation, oh, fuck, they don't want shoes that weigh 15 pounds. These don't weigh 15 pounds. A shorter toe cap, which is less surface area, which honestly, isn't that what you want when you flick? I wouldn't want a longer toe cap if I'm doing kickflips.
Right.
You're going to want shorter, which is going to make a more precise flick. You've got a puffy tongue, which, Lord knows, we've had so many boards primo on top of our feet. Today's shoes, you're going to feel it. This, it's like, oh, that happened? And then, I feel like today's shoes, a lot of today's shoes, there's not a lot of thought put into them. They remind me of, we're going to copycat the Vans vulcanized look, or we're going to make our shoes look like Sperry boat shoes.
Well, do you remember when they were doing all the slip-on shit?
That's still a thing.
Not like the Van slip-ons. I'm talking the Path slip-ons.
Yes, iPath.
All the iPath fucking do it. And then they were like, oh, well, these ones are made of hemp. I'm like, dude, that's going to be shit to skate.
AJ Allman, I can't argue that counterpoint because yes, they do bring a lot because they are big ball sports. That's probably one reason why skateboarding is going to be an Olympic sport this year, is because of the big ball sports, which we'll get talking about that a little bit later on. But like I said, do I hate it? Yes, but.
I think as long as they're doing something good outside of them just collecting money, then it's okay. Cool,
I can get behind it, but I still won't wear your freaking shoes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pay.
No, I know. If you watch the Inside the Vault video, okay, I do own a pair of Converse, but there's only one reason why I have a pair of Converse, and that's because they are Rune Glifbergs.
Oh yeah,
which Rune, definitely one of my favorite vert skaters of all time. Also had some. Classic decks and had some bomb ass parts and Sorry, Really Sorry, and Extremely Sorry. And I don't know if Action made any videos back then, but I don't think Action did, but
I don't think I've ever.
He did a lot of Trans World stuff. But that is the only reason why, is because it's Rune Glifberg, one of my favorite skaters. Other than that, if it was just a regular Converse, be gone. I want to stay with you.
Be gone.
But no, if we're talking like shoe brands, DC, I hate to say it, DC was king shit.
I mean, yeah, it was the king shit for a long fucking time.
You couldn't deny because on top of the team, not on top of the team itself, but the shoes that they were
just in general popularity. Yeah. It was like DC, ES, or S, and then
it was DC, S,
like audio,
and when Muska started Circa.
Yes, Circa. Those were like the top four.
Top four, and then I'd go a close fifth Osiris, just because of Dave Mayhew in the D3.
I like I like Vans shoes, but they're of course it's somewhere.
But you know what though, Vans has been able to sustain success for a very long time, so I would definitely give them credit for it. There was a period of time when Vans was actually making some really good puffy shoes, like the XLTs, the XLT2s, the Cap 4, 5, 6, 7, 8s. God, and the Santos, Willie Santos 1, 2, and 3. God, I wish Vans would. You don't have to make an entire line, but just give us like a Cab 5, Cab 6 reissue, or even a Jeffrey XLT.
I don't like the fucking ankle height ones. I don't like the mid tops or whatever the hell you call them. They're like how the half cabs are. Like the half cabs are fucking.
Yeah, no. Like, here's the thing: is the cabs 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 were low tops.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
I'm like that. Give me those, please.
It's like every time I think of that, I just automatically think of those mid top.
The half cab. Well, kid, you wouldn't even like the full cab.
Yeah, I wouldn't like those.
No, but I mean, shoes then were great. And what was the nice thing about the Bomb Shop was when Bob started selling shoes, he got these are the shoes that the shops couldn't sell. And that's where I got my DVS Sheffy 3s. Oh my God! Those were such good shoes. Then those, and I got a pair of DC, I think they were the Techrons. But that was and then I remember, I'm sure you remember NSS?
Yes, NSS.
We sold a shit ton of those.
It's because they were so cheap, but they were relatively decent.
They were good. They were a really good price point shoe. They had a good amount of puff. They had a lot of good thought put behind them. So, but NSS was a good shoe, and of course we got the Shadow Shop Rejects, which I was okay with. But now, if I could tell my younger self, if there's two pairs, get two of them because those are collectors, like the Sheffy 3s. I wish I could tell my younger self, hey, you might not want to skate those, dumbass, or those Techrons. Hey, you might not want to skate those either. But guess what? You live and you learn.
Hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah, I think I was young and naive to think that. Skate shoes were going to stay the same, but
they've changed quite a bit. I don't know. They go through phases where it's just like,
Well, but the puff is coming back though.
Yeah, when you posted a couple of things, I was like, oh wow.
The puff is coming back.
They're starting to really make those again.
The puff is coming back, and there's been a couple companies that have actually been consistent with the puff. DVS and Globe.
Yeah, Globe I couldn't see making anything but.
Well, they do make their slimmer shoes, but the Globe keeps rocking out the puff, like the Scribes, the Sabres, the. Oh my God! What's the Saber? They've got like 4 or 5 solid puffy shoes.
The one reason I like Vans a lot isn't, although a lot of the shoes worn by people who don't skate, but regardless, they always aim towards skating.
Yes.
Well, and the Vans does do a lot for the skateboarding community. I do see a lot of advertisement for fundraisers and parks and local competitions. Now, there's one thing I wish Vans would bring back. Never going to happen, and I'm sure you remember this. Vans Slam City Jam in Vancouver, Canada.
That Slam City Jam
was a hell of a contest to watch. God. So like, I kind of want to dig into the contest that we had back then because you really don't have anything now.
Like, are you just talking like meaning contests or like demos?
Well,
I
want to
like demos is a whole
I want to
different-
get into demos in a second, but back in the day, you had Van Slam City
Yeah.
Jam, you had Globe World Cup, you had the Maloof Money Cup, you had the Do Tour,
Yeah.
and then of course you had X Games. Now it's just they do a Do Tour, but it's really only one thing. It's not an actual
Like competition.
It's a competition, but it's not like a tour to where how the one week they'll go to Chicago, next week they'll go to LA. It's not
It's just like a one event thing. It's like
it's just one event.
one and done.
Whereas back in the day, Do Tour or no wait, it was Do Tour. No, Do Tour is now. I'm thinking of Do Action Sports Tour. That was different. Where like the Do Tour evolved from the Do Action Sports to where it's now just like one spot. And that's it. So it's like X Games, which I get it. But I missed when those competitions went around because it's like, oh, we're coming to your area. Like how Zoomies used to do the couch tour.
The couch tour, yes. I remember we went to that one year.
Element. Oh, God.
Element was there. That was...
Yeah. Element was there, and Mike V and the Rats performed.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
Technically, that was my first concert, even though it wasn't like a legitimate official concert. But I got to see Mike V.
Because that was when he was trying to do that grab over the railing.
I have that picture.
You have that?
I have that picture
of him doing the grab
I have
over
a
the
picture.
railing?
If I can find it, I'll post it up on the Instagram and the Facebook. I have a picture of him doing a Madonna.
Yeah, that was it.
And I'm like, holy shit, did I just catch that? But
so dope.
No, like I said, Vans. Like I said, there's very select few Vans I'll buy. Obviously, the Raleigh reissues, just because. And when they did the Peanuts collab, I grew up with Peanuts. I had to buy the shoes. I had to buy the hat. Had to buy the boot. Had to buy
everything
the shirt.
with fucking Charlie Brown.
I pretty much. I mean, my wife does call me Charlie Brown, but no. I'm glad Vans is still around. Clearly they have withstood the test of time and they make a quality product. So for that, I'm not gonna bust their balls. Like I said, me personally, it's not my style, but they are committed to skateboarding. And I'm cool with that. As long as you're committed to the community and you do something in one form or another, either by flowing kids that want to get pro'd or doing like a building parks,
donations, anything.
Anything. That's what it's all about. Is the community.
That's what I was saying. Like, if Nike and Adidas are donating and doing stuff like that, it's less of a deterrent for me to want to.
But I'm still not going to.
But I'm still not going to buy their shit because I really don't give a fuck about them.
No.
Sponsor me now, please.
Sponsor me now, please. Do a kickflip, bro. No, but okay. So we were talking now demos. Back when we were younger,